What's up guys, it's the NJB here, and today I'm going to be talking about Karim Benzema and how Real Madrid could use him for success. So, first of all, I just want to say that most of the times I've talked about Benzema throughout his time at Real Madrid, I'd say probably like the last few seasons, more often than not, it's been negative. I've been basically my argument has been Madrid should sell him, Madrid should get a better striker, a striker who scores out and out goals, and who isn't more focused on playing like a midfielder who just wants to assist the players rather than score goals themselves. Because at the end of the day, if your striker's not scoring goals, then it really holds the team back. But my views on Benzema have changed a little bit. I'd say mainly because Real Madrid have decided to keep their faith in him, and even though you could make a good argument that that has not paid off well, it's still pretty evident that Real Madrid are not going to let Benzema go, and they still have faith in him. And when there's a player who's being backed by basically the whole, like the people, the hierarchies at Real Madrid, the people in charge, it's kind of hard to get rid of them. So I have another solution for Benzema, and I've thought about it before, but I didn't really say it much, and I didn't really put it in the video. So here's my solution. Rather than have Benzema start as Real Madrid's main striker, they can start him as a center attacking midfielder. Because if you think about it, Benzema, personally I have said that his dribbling, his ball control, how effective he is on the field. Before, when I criticized him for not scoring enough goals, at least all those things that I just mentioned were pretty much excellent from Benzema. He could take on players, his dribbling was excellent, his passing was excellent. Last season, it was all bad. And this season, in the beginning, it was still pretty all bad. Recently, he hasn't really played against any tough teams, so we have to see how well he performs against Barcelona in the week and against Atletico on the weekend, and then Barcelona again. I mean, basically seeing how he performs against tough teams will let us know that if he's in good form or if he's just had a good run against some very poor teams. But I think playing him in the midfield is better suited for him because he is better at just having the ball at his feet. He's better at setting up other players, and he can score goals when he's finishing a chance created from a very good team play. He's not very good at just staying up front, staying center, making those runs, and then finishing chances created from his teammates. He's not that type of striker. He's more of a striker who just likes to hold the ball and likes to just kind of bring the attack up with him and bring the attack up with his teammates. When many other strikers, let's say like a striker like Lewandowski, he'd always be ready to make a run, and whenever his teammates launch the ball upfield, he's always getting at the end of it. And Benzema isn't that type of player. Many times Benzema he'd get forward when his teammates aren't ready to get the ball to him up front, and then when his teammates do get the ball and they're ready to carry it upfield, he's more in a deeper midfield position, or more like an offensive midfielder type of position. So he's kind of more like a false nine. So I think it would be better if Real Madrid just play him in a center attacking position. I'm really saying this just because it's pretty clear that Benzema isn't going anywhere. Personally, I wanted Benzema out of Real Madrid for, let's say, the better part of 4 years. So that's even before everyone else started criticizing him. That was back when everyone was praising Benzema for his selflessness, his ability to make all the other players look better. And I was saying, well, he's not scoring goals, or not the amount of goals he should be, closer to like Ronaldo. So I don't really see why people like him too much. But now, after 4 years of complaining about Benzema, I'm just kind of done with it. And now I decided that why not just make a more like a positive solution to Benzema rather than a negative one. So overall, my solution is to play him as a center attacking mid, and Real Madrid could play Mariano Diaz as the main striker, and they could keep playing Vinicius on the left. And then on the right, I would say at the moment, we could use either one of Asensio, Lucas Vazquez, or Bale. Personally, I think Bale is better as a super sub rather than a starter, just because he's he's just not that great when it comes to starting against most teams. I mean, I think most of his goals do come on do happen when he comes on as a sub. So that would be my solution for Bale. But other than that, I think playing Benzema in the center midfield position would be beneficial for the whole team since he's good at link-up plays. Mariano Diaz is good at scoring goals when he can run onto them. And if you've seen the goals he scored for Lyon, many of them did come with his team-up plays and link-up plays with Memphis Depay and Nabil Fekir. So I think Real Madrid could just replicate that. It could be beneficial for everyone. Benzema can score plenty of goals from the midfield because he does like to score goals from link-up plays and build-up plays, and he likes to get a few touches on the ball and do a lot of passes to his teammates. Mariano Diaz is good at finishing chances, and he's good at running on the ball and just sprinting at defenses and sprinting behind back lines. And Vinicius he's just a typical winger. He likes to use his skills and tricks, and I think Benzema would be very good at just connecting with him on those offensive plays. So that's my solution for Real Madrid. As you can see, I'm kind of done with just roasting Benzema. I see he's not going anywhere, so might as well just make a video talking about how Real Madrid can use him and be helpful. Because at the end of the day, personally, I think if you're looking at Benzema as just an out-and-out striker, you would say he's poor. But if you look at him as more of a midfielder or attacking midfielder, in my opinion, you can see that you can change your entire opinion about him, because once he's in the midfield, then the burden for him to score all the goals is kind of alleviated, and he can more be just that controlling and helpful player in the midfield, kind of like Nabil Fekir is, kind of like Antoine Griezmann could be. It's more of a player like that than maybe a player who will be compared to Lewandowski or Luis Suarez. Because Benzema, he can't really play like those guys. In the past, he could have played like those guys on his day, but now it's pretty more evident that that's not where his talents lie. So those are my opinions on Benzema. If you guys agree with me, if you guys disagree, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, so I guess this was one of my shorter videos. Glad I was finally able to kind of condense it under 10 minutes. So hopefully you guys can watch the whole thing. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, as I said before. And like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, mates.